Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Moon Has Left the Building. I am Sam Palmer, my co-host.
I'm Eddie Chard.
Eddie Chard.
No, don't.
How are you
this
week? How are you this week?
How am I? Well, I'm good, personally. My football team, not so good. But I'm sure we'll get into that, won't we?
Tell us personally why you're good then.
No, I'm just good, mate. Things are good. Life's good. Work's good. Busy. Went to see the 1975 last night. Great gig.
What's the 1975? I've been a bit out of English music for a while.
This is what most of my mates have said to me, actually. Like, who are the 1975? But, yeah, big band. They're actually a huge band, but people don't really know much about them.
Weirdly, I've not listened to new music probably for, I reckon I'm going to say, well over 10 years now.
Really?
I could not tell you an artist in the charts.
Yeah, and you love your music as well.
Music is stuck in 80s, 90s, early 2000s. That is it, and I don't listen to it now.
Yeah, but that's the best era anyway.
I don't just because I loved music as well. I loved it.
Yeah.
And we were talking yesterday about going to watch Oasis and things like that. And like me and you, we've been obviously festivals everywhere, haven't we?
Yeah.
But so I don't really follow it. Like I just was listening to Elton John, Benny and the Jets.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, that's my music. And I still listen to early grime.
Of course you do.
So funny.
Why wouldn't you?
It's so funny. Someone was sat, we played golf on Sunday, and the guy had UK Garage on. It was great. Like we had a bit of MC&E and we had a bit of So Solid. It was great. It was but yeah, it's funny. I don't know any new bands at all. The only thing the only person in the charts I could probably say is Taylor Swift.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't have a clue of a rapper. Actually, I know someone because my kid said it the other day. Ice Spice.
Yeah, I don't know much about Ice Spice.
They said that the other day, so I was like, "Oh, right, who's Ice Spice?" And said, "Well, that one who looks like an ice gem over there." And they said, "Yeah, she was at the Super Bowl. She's got a little tuft of hair on top of her head." I think.
Yeah, I have no idea.
To be honest with you,
no idea.
It could have been a geezer. Well, that's the niceness out the way.
Oh God,
we had a couple of predictions at the end of last show.
Oh, I like the way you start there. I like the way you started there.
A 2-2 draw against Arsenal. I predicted a 3-0 Arsenal win. I don't think any of us saw what was coming.
No.
Did you go?
I did.
I
might have left slightly early.
Did you go?
I did go half time, and the worst thing is,
neither of us can give a
no. So I watched the whole game.
Oh, you have seen it?
Yeah. So even though I left half time, I was watching.
I didn't see the second half. So I went even at home. I went, no, I'm out of this, and I went down a golf course. And actually, as I left, the Arsenal fan of mine was calling me up, and by the time I'd gone from the house to the car, Petra messaged me and said it's 4-0. And I just switched off from it then. I couldn't even be bothered. And I actually didn't even know the result until after I'd finished golf. I just said, oh, I wonder what that finished. And it was 6-0. But
there's been a sort of lot of debate in the media about fans leaving early and stuff like that. But I feel like, it's your prerogative. You pay your money.
So do I, to be honest with you. I've seen that as well. And it's like, I think West Ham have got probably one of the most loyal set of fans in football.
Definitely.
Always sell it. I would like a Newcastle, really, because we never won anything. We always go. We're always at the away end is never not sold out. Like when we go away, home's always sold out. I think it was disappointing. I actually felt we started all right again.
I did all right, didn't we?
5 minutes. And then after 10, they had, weirdly, just before they scored the first, I said, we need to get in at half time at 0-0, or this could be bad. They just started getting And the corner, when Deck got that corner, I went to him, watch this ball. And he just put it straight in. And it's, you've seen it a million times. Let's go to that for a little bit. What do you take on the people booing Deck? Are you a booer of Deck?
Say that again.
Are you a booer of Deck?
No, absolutely not. I just admire Deck. I think he's been brilliant for us. I think he's, stayed with us longer than he needed to. He was brilliant for us. Like, he played brilliantly. He was a brilliant leader, and just set a great example for the club. So for me, like, he could have left ages ago. He was too, he was just too good. He was too good.
Yeah.
And so, it's very questionable him leaving for Arsenal when he said he only wants to leave to win things. And I can understand our fans thinking, hang on a minute, you're not guaranteed to win anything at Arsenal.
But then you can only really go to City.
What's that?
Then you could only really go to City, because the only guarantee of winning something is probably City. And you probably look and think, well, would I play in front of Rodri?
Yeah. Well, exactly.
So
he wants to play. And Arsenal, arguably the next best things in London. He hasn't got to move. So
Liverpool,
I completely,
he might not want to live up north. It's exactly that.
Yeah. And it's just, I just find it bizarre. But, West Ham fans have been known to boo for just
I've got to be honest with you. It actually, there's very few things that really upset me, and it really, really angers me. I don't know why, but I find it hard to watch us play Arsenal now because of the fans booing him.
Yeah, he don't deserve it at
all. I find it moronic.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like he gave everything for us, every single thing. Probably, I can't remember ever seeing him have a terrible game for West Ham.
No,
I think his worst game was a 7. And that was probably when the team was playing terribly, but I can only remember having a couple of offish days.
Yeah. I think in the early
months, I can pick games. It's tiny.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think in the early days when he was playing centre half, I think he had a few. He was young, like he was only 18. Do you know what I mean? When he
very
got to
young.
the team, and he was playing.
I'm not talking about it because you expect someone to have bad games in that as well as a kid.
But after that,
midfielder, I can't remember.
No,
he gave everything, and I know people said, "Well, what he goes there and sings the North London song." Well, let's be honest, he ain't an out-and-out West Ham fan either. Grew up a Chelsea fan. It's his job, and he's gone there and he's making the most of his little time there. And I think, good on you. Yeah. It's weird because I know some fans like, fuck him and all that, but I don't really feel anything for him anymore. Like, I loved his time with us, but I love seeing him do well, but I'm not really bothered. I'm not out there going, I hope he wins the league and this and that.
It doesn't matter now, does it?
He's moved on to another club now. He's another set of fans' hero now.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he does. I don't think he deserves us rolling the red carpet out for him every time he comes. But I think there's a few players that go and you just go, thanks, mate, and it all's good. And who knows, at the end of your career, you come back and it all a little swung song, a bit like Joe Cole.
Yeah.
But I really, really
he doesn't deserve to get booed. In my opinion, he doesn't deserve.
And some of the things I see on Instagram, like Snake and all this, it's the club wanted to sell him as much as he wanted to go. It was a completely mutual beneficial deal, and we've built a whole midfield off him. Some could say it's a better midfield now.
Yeah.
I don't know, because he just destroyed it single-handedly. But I didn't see his goal, but it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. He took it so well. But he had a good game as well. Obviously, he's on set pieces now, so he set up 2 of the goals as well. And they were just dominant midfield, just completely dominated. So, and his class. That's the thing. He's so good. And
I saw a stat the other day. I don't know if it still is now. I don't think he's received a booking this year.
Has he not?
if that is the stat, I'm going to look at it in a bit, but if that is the stat, I know it was up until sort of a month ago.
Yeah,
That is outrageous if it is.
for his position. Well, considering Alvarez,
8 so far, I
yeah,
think.
he has 8, yeah.
Is he suspended again or close?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think. I think it's 10, isn't it? The next one. I don't know when it doesn't count anymore. But
another 2 games. Your second suspension is probably 2 games, isn't it? I don't actually know. But
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not
it is,
sure.
isn't it? If you got
I think
one,
you might be right. I think you might be right.
So, what do you think went wrong?
I mean, as much as, I mean, obviously the setup. I know it's the same team that played Man United. They actually played quite well against Man United, but you know, to have a right back playing at left midfield when you've got, you know, a left midfield, an international left midfielder. Not that Cornet has been playing brilliantly, but
you know what? I was sitting there back in my brains thinking, who are you talking about? I thought you were talking about Cresswell at one point, but then I forget that clown even plays for
I know he has been poor, but it's just really. I mean, that was not the only problem. You know, defensively, we just did not turn up at all. And there was and that's one of the reasons why I left, because some of them players were so bad. You know, they didn't deserve people staying to watch them because it was just unacceptable. Defensively, we were all over the shop, absolute shambles.
Yeah, and that begs the question then. Agaird's been back 2 games.
My mate,
I'm not going to put it all on Agaird because it's a bit. I think it is a bit out of order, to be honest with you. But I have this real doubt, and the fact that he was available for sale, it seemed in January, seems that they've got that doubt in the club as well. I know a lot of people tell me I'm absolutely crazy. He's amazing. He's going to go off to City, and he's the best thing sliced bread. But then a lot of them people also did tell me the same about Kera. And I thought he was best part of useless.
Yeah, he was a great, wasn't
he? He come on a bit at the end of last season, to be honest with you. A couple of good games. But if you assess the amount of goals Kera and Agaird have given away, then it probably say they shouldn't play in the Premiership.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced with Agaird at all. I've been saying it from day one.
Me too.
I mean, he's a good footballer in terms of in possession.
He can pass the ball.
And he's quick. He's really quick, but positioning, strength. I mean, I don't know if you saw Saka's second goal, but he got turned inside out. It was comical. But to be honest, and like I've loved Zuma, but recently his legs has just seemed to he's just shot to bits.
I watched him the other day. He limps a lot now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And do you know what? I don't know with him if it's a put on limp, because sometimes he seems to put it on a bit more, doesn't he? And then the run comes and the limp goes. But I do believe, from what I've heard inside the club, the knee is gone. It's been gone for a long time. Which now there's a big problem if you've got Zuma's not right by the end of the year. Again, we're not so sure of. He'd get by. Again, definitely gets by. Oggie's out of contract this year, isn't he?
He is. I think there's talk of giving him another year, but he's not getting any younger, is he, old Oggie?
And I think that's, like, I've got to say, I think that's where sometimes I love Ange and I love what he's done for the club, and I think he's actually been one of my favourite signings in recent years. Money, we said this last time. I think we have to be a bit more ruthless and clear out when they're this old. And so I think I've said this for a while, I think we've got a massive problem at the minute going into next season. Because our squad, I think Roy Keane said it, I think he said we look really old. And I think this is a major, major problem. And then is this a Moyes thing where he likes older players? And now it's coming home to roost, because 3 contracts at the end of the year. We must have Fab, which he'll probably get another year. Cress, you think will be Antonio?
I think he's just signed an extension for he's got another year after next. I think so. I'm not sure, but definitely Bonner.
Bonner. And then you've got, like, who do you think needs to be cleared out? We've just got rid of Ben Rama and Fornals.
Yeah. I mean, really, Cornet and Ings have got to go, haven't they?
Johnson.
I think I'd keep Johnson. Only, do you know what? I'm not sure whether he's quite good enough. However, because he's so versatile, he's a West Ham boy. Obviously, he can play in lots of different positions. I think I'd keep him just as a utility squad player. But that's it. He's not
If
a
you'd have
first.
asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have said he's got to go.
I would have agreed with you as well.
I actually think his performances the last couple of weeks have actually been quite good. Sheffield United, I thought he was man of the match. I thought Man United, he done very well. That said, we've lost all of them.
Yeah.
With him.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be, I think Antonio now is like, if we've got another year of him up front, it's just like, what is going on?
He's not the answer, that's for sure.
No, it's like Moyes has managed to score. It's like getting blood out of a stone almost. He's got every drop of any out of him, and I don't think there's anything to go. I think he's like, we've had a very good run with him, and I suppose he's not as loved by West Ham fans because he's not, I wouldn't say, a natural finisher or anything like that. But if you looked at it, he's been a fantastic servant.
Oh, he's been brilliant. He definitely deserves respect. He's been brilliant for us. That's a great signing.
And I think a lot of us, we'll probably appreciate him a bit more when he's gone, maybe.
Yeah.
But he's not an actual centre forward. He's not. He's played right back. He's played right wing. I don't understand sometimes why we don't ever play him on the wing. Sometimes.
I know now. Yeah.
Like, because I like him on the wing sometimes because he's so quick. Like,
yeah. And that would actually solve that.
He's terrible with his feet, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say that would actually solve the the left side of midfield problem if he played out there. But obviously we haven't got a striker. But yeah, I mean that goes back to Moy. Like, as much as I love Mo Kudus, I think he's an exceptional player. Again, it's strange that Moy signed another right-sided midfielder rather than a left side, because we had Bowen.
I wonder if it's Moyes though, or if it's Steiden, or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you can't really blame him until you know, can you?
No, exactly.
And I think that's it. We haven't got a real clear who does the signing.
No,
we've got.
But it's just bad. It's just bad.
Badly run,
badly run. Yeah.
You know, at certain clubs who does the sign. You know, at Arsenal, it's Edu and Arteta. Like, you know that they're very clear about Edu finds the players, and Arteta gives the okay, great, whatever. But West Ham, it doesn't seem that we do. What do you think of Bowen up front?
Do you know what? Before he had his injury, I thought he was brilliant. I mean, I think he's better out wide, definitely. But I think he was I think he was doing such a good job. He was so sharp, and he was, scoring, taking his chances. So it was, is acceptable. But after his injury, he hasn't come back as sharp. And he hasn't been,
maybe still carrying it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the team hasn't been playing as well either in his defence. But yeah, you can see now that he's not a striker, and we need to get the better of him in a different position.
I think he's done well up there, but I think we miss him so bad on the wing when he's not there.
I agree, totally agree.
I think you sometimes see in them games where it's got better in the game, Kudos might have gone up and he's gone back out wide or something like that. And I think he's so good out wide. I think he's fantastic actually out there. I think he's but I think he tries really hard and actually plays it, but he's just not a lone striker.
No.
I mean, it becomes a bit like Antonio, where you just push them into a hole. But who do we buy?
No, I mean, there's not what as a number 9. You mean?
Yeah, because it's been
Yeah,
many years without one. Like
say
Antonio's
again.
been around. We've tried
Yeah,
Scamacca and there.
yeah.
Didn't
I mean,
work for us.
I do like Solanke, and I think he would do well for us. They're talking £60 million though. It's a lot of money.
But not an amazing striker.
Yeah,
He's had a
yeah.
good season, but he's had
So-
8 or 7 not so great.
exactly.
If you'd
So
said
even
to
that's-
anyone, you're signing Solanke, everyone would have gone mad. So
yeah,
we missed a trip with Ivan Toney. I wanted to get him so bad years ago when they came up. Weirdly, I wanted to get Ben Rama so bad. Weirdly, I don't really watch the Championship, but that year for Brentford, I watched the Championship when it was Ben Rama, Mopay, and Watkins up front.
yes, yeah.
W, wasn't it? Yeah, and the Ben Rama, I just kept thinking, there was 2 players I wanted us to sign that summer, Eze and Ben Rama. And we lost Eze to Palace, but
Yeah.
Ben Rama was so excited.
Yeah. I mean, he looked great, didn't he?
Yeah, he never really did it for us, did he?
Yeah, I don't know whether he's quite good enough, but I think we mentioned it last week. He's never played in the number 10 where he did for Brentford. So I don't know if we'll ever know, but I don't think he was quite up to it.
Neither do I.
But I can.
Moyes, I think, killed him so much that he was a bit scared to do what he was probably good at, and it's be a bit of a maverick and actually just be free roll.
Yeah.
So on to Mr. Moyes. Stop it this week. So this is as fickle as it gets. Last week, both saying, probably keep with Moyes. Has it changed your opinions this week? Hard not to get caught up in a bit of a propaganda. And I've seen today, and I wonder if this is coming from the club, because it looks a big piece of propaganda, but I'm pulling it up on The Athletic this morning. The article is West Ham fans survey. Have your say on David Moyes and his future at London Stadium. So here's the questions. We'll go for it. Actually, I'll ask you now, and you could say it. How happy are you with West Ham's style of play under Moyes? Very happy, quite happy, neither happy or unhappy, quite unhappy or very unhappy?
I'd say I'm neither happy or unhappy.
Exactly the same as me. Exactly same. I'm not unhappy. I'm not overly happy.
Yeah.
Does Moyes get the best out of his team? Often, sometimes, rarely, or never?
Get the best out of his team. I think rarely.
Really? Weirdly, I think often. I think the top answer for me, I look at that team, but then
I base it on the caliber of players that we've got, and
let's say with this week we're in 8th, right? But are they better than 6th? Any of those players in a top 5 club? Probably 2, Bowen and Paqueta. Maybe.
So my answer to that question is, I think he gets the best out of the team, but I don't think he gets the best out of his players. If you see what I mean. So
I get. Yeah, actually, I do, because you look at Ben Rama. We just said it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the question, though. Get the best out of his team.
Okay.
Team up to thing. So okay.
Yeah.
Does Moyes get the right amount of respect? Yes or no?
No, I don't think he does. To be honest, I don't think he does.
I'm exactly the same. Should the West Ham board offer Moyes a contract extension? Yes, no, or I don't know.
I don't know. I'm edging towards waiting to the end of the season to see how we do.
Can you wait that long? We're not having a manager in, and I'm with
know.
you as well. Again, I don't know. So it shows that we're quite aligned on a lot of it.
Well,
I'm concerned with West Ham's record of signing strikers during David Moyes' time in charge. Very concerned, somewhat concerned, or not concerned.
yeah, somewhat concerned. I am.
I think that's a little bit unfair on David Moyes as well, though, because we've also had the same shit with Pellegrini,
Yeah,
Bilic,
yeah,
and Big Sam. We got Andy Carroll, I suppose, but that was
yeah.
probably the last time any manager got a proper striker. It was Andy
That's
Carroll.
fair. That's fair.
I don't think
But
that's a
again,
Moyes problem. I think that's a club problem a little bit.
maybe.
Let me see what we've got here. How well do you think Moyes is doing as West Ham manager? Very well, quite well, average, below average.
So far, I think he's done quite well. Yeah, I think he's done. I
You
think
have
he's
to
done
look
quite
at it
well.
on a broader.
Yeah.
How has your relationship with? You can tell the club have put this out. I'm pretty certain
Yeah.
because it's so weird. How has your relationship with the club changed over the 23-24 season? Strengthened, stayed the same, weakened? I don't know.
Relationship with the club. I don't know about that one actually. Yeah, I
I'm
don't know
going to
about
say mine's actually changed quite a lot.
in what
We spoke about last week, I think, the Europe, but I was thinking about it this week. Do you actually enjoy watching football
do I enjoy watching football as much?
as a
Or
whole, not just West Ham, as a
yeah,
whole?
I'm a bit of a fanatic, Sam, to be honest with you. So I will always watch it, and I do enjoy it. I'm not saying it's as good as it used to be. I guess it's there seems to be loads of goals this season. So I guess it's a bit more exciting than that. But yes, I mean I do enjoy watching football, and I'll watch as much as I can.
Yes, I'll watch every game, but I've slowly realised that I'm watching my phone more now. I do it just out of habit. I'm watching the games.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy football anymore. I don't think.
don't you?
VAR has killed it for me. I
Yeah,
hate it. Really,
yeah,
really hate it.
same, same.
Um, I hate the. I'm going to say it, the women and the shitty commentators on commentary. I hate it. I hate below par commentary as part of the game. I hate watching Sky Sports is my favourite channel. I hate watching it now because everything's an agenda.
Yeah.
Celebrate gays this day, celebrate women's this day, celebrate purple moon Martians this day. There's something every day,
Yeah.
and it's all about the Yellow Laces campaign, this campaign, that campaign. I get why they've done it. I get it. I do get it, raising awareness and things like that, and it's making better, especially for racism and things like that. I definitely get what they needed to do, but it just seems too much now. That I want to watch football. I
Yeah.
want to see managers. I don't want to see managers asked constantly about homosexuality in football and things like that. Because ultimately, like if people are gay, I think we've all got now that it's all right to come out, but if they don't, they don't. It's like I don't really care about the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I thought about that earlier, and I was thinking I really don't enjoy football anymore because of VAR. And
I mean, what was that? The whole package?
yeah, like all of that
Yeah,
other
no, yeah, no. I mean, I agree. It's definitely the stuff around it is making the game worse. VAR, it's infuriating. Even the our Europa Conference League final, I didn't actually celebrate Bowen's goal because I was
no.
convinced it was offside. Like probably the greatest moment of my life being a West Ham fan, and I couldn't really celebrate because I just thought, well, they're just going to say it's offside, and, you know.
Yeah, I'm a bit the
So
same. It didn't
I'd definitely rather not have it.
kills you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
I just wish we'd scrap it now.
Well,
I
you might as
don't
well.
even miss mistakes. I like just make the referees better
Yeah,
and train them better. I think we've worked out, like, the fact that I think it's what's really pushed me over the edge this week is the blue card that they're talking
Oh
about.
my God.
It's
Yeah,
him. We're trying to just make it rugby,
I
and
don't get it.
not rugby. It's a different game. When you start football, it kills it. It just becomes so boring. And yeah, I think a lot of it is a little bit of mine is actually just, and I feel like usually if we'd lost 6-0 to Arsenal, which obviously we've never seen, but I would be still really depressed today. And
Yeah.
not really.
No.
Like, we'll get on it. It's
Yeah.
that, I don't know what it is in me, but I know Prague was there. I would have been, let's get rid of Moyes. And there's one man, I'm hearing a lot of calls for Gary O'Neill.
I am. Yeah, starting to rumble, isn't it? Don't know how I feel about that.
I'd love to see Jose.
Would you?
I think I would. Like,
I mean, I love the man.
because see, I don't hate the football. So I don't hate Moyes' football. I'm not. So we actually had this conversation this weekend as well. What is the obsession with every football fan on the planet of playing out from the back?
I mean,
Can you understand?
It drives me.
Really, like when you think, right, as a team, like we played in a football team for many years together, a successful team.
Yeah.
Never ever thought, let's play out from the back.
No.
In actual fact, wouldn't think of doing it, actually. And we probably had the best ball playing centre halves that you would ever want. Like in Staggy and Munn, like they're probably the best two centre halves in Sunday League that you could ever have playing football. Yet we didn't play out the front back. But it's an obsession from people.
It's an obsession now, and even teams who are not very good are trying to play out from the back.
I've watched Burnley do it week in, week out. It is idiotic what they're doing because they're not good enough to do it. They're playing against better players, close them down, and then they score. It's actually laughable.
It's crazy, and it drives me mad when West Ham try and do it as well because we're not good enough to play out from the back either. The amount of times we try.
Liverpool away. Was it what was scoring that game? 5-1, 4-1?
5-1. 5-1.
They tried it constantly, the same move, and it was just like, what are you doing? And they just kept closing us down and kept scoring. It was just like, I don't get this. So that's where I'm not a big, I've got to play all this amazing football.
No, I'm saying.
So
effective
would
football.
Jose make that team into winners?
I really don't know anymore, Sam. I don't know if he's lost his spark because I love Jose. He's an absolute winner.
2 finals in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Europa Conference win, and then a Europa League final. They lost it on penalties, I think.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah.
First final he's ever lost. That was a back-to-back finals.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually.
I don't know if we've got the infrastructure for him. I think it would implode, I think. In the
but what a ride.
Would it be something to watch a couple of years of watching Jose?
That's the other thing.
To the Premiership, to do something with a team like West Ham.
Yeah.
I kind of think perfect fit for us.
Do you? I just
into the nasty ones, like.
The only thing with it is that it's just a short-term thing, and do we need to really start thinking?
A long time. I know but everyone's saying he's been there 2 years too long.
Yeah.
The Gary O'Neill one.
See, I think what he's done so far has been fantastic.
Brilliant.
Both football and Wolves. He's been brilliant, and it looks as though his players really respect him, and he's getting on really well with the players and the board and everything like that. His coaching methods spot on. He's involved with all the coaching and that. He's young, so he's sort of up and coming manager. So really, I guess that's the type of manager you want to be looking at. However, he has only been a manager for about a year, isn't it? 18 months, something like that. So is it a gamble? But then Is
There's
it a
got to be
case of
other people in Europe and things like that we don't know. Like the guy, I can't even think, don't even know. The Bournemouth manager just came.
yeah? I mean, I've never heard of him. I don't know. I don't actually know what his name is, but
again, done really, really well. Everyone thought, well, they've really messed up letting Gary O'Neill go, and they've actually done really well. And he's actually seems to be very. There's Zerbury now on a dog before he came,
yeah.
and they're doing good. So is our scouting network?
Well, this is
Well,
the
you
thing.
know,
Like, I'm always saying to people, like, okay, we get rid of Moyes. Who are we bringing in?
yeah.
And you have a think in your head, and you can't think of many people. But that's not
We've just
our
actually
job.
our two there are both gambles.
Yeah, yeah,
Mourinho and O'Neill both gambles either way. One's on the ascendancy of his career, the other one's sort of looking at like he's coming down in his career. I don't know. There's something about Josie that I just loved.
I mean, I do love Jose. I do love Jose.
Although I've got to say, I think that Man United job finished him as a person because he became almost unbearable to listen to talk at one point because it was just all fighting, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was he right though? Because he wanted to ship out Martial, he wanted to get rid of Pogba, and he said there's bad attitudes here, and which they're saying now. So maybe he was right, and with
yeah,
what he was saying, that was his fight that he couldn't. They chose because he wanted to get rid of Martial, didn't he? And they chose
yeah,
Martial over him, didn't they? Fired him instead.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's something about him that I go, that's an elite manager. I know he didn't do it at Spurs, but I don't know. Is Postecoglou doing any better than Jose did at Spurs? I don't know. Probably they're around the
I
same.
mean, the footballs is chalk and cheese. I actually really enjoy watching Spurs. I hate to
Oh,
say it.
you know what? So do I. And I've only ever, and I fucking hate Top.
There's not much more I despise more in this world than Tottenham
No,
Hotspur.
there
But
isn't. But and then there's two times of Tottenham that I've really enjoyed watching. It was the Pochettino when they sort of nearly won the league. I thought that was an amazing
same,
side there,
same.
and this one, and I actually do enjoy watching. I think that Udogi they've got, I think he's
Yeah,
fantastic. One of my favourite players I've watched this year.
yeah. That
Addison
makes it
looks
good.
great. Charlison looks good this year. I think Song, weirdly, Song's my little guilty pleasure. I just think he's so fantastic.
Yeah, same.
Um,
What's a player?
and I've never understood how someone hasn't bought him. I really haven't. How
A
he's
top,
been at that time.
a top team. You mean?
Yeah, like a top seat. I think he's
Yeah.
fantastic. He's too old now, but he won't get it. But he and I suppose yeah, it's funny you look at them, but a manager can change things a little bit. And I think, sadly for me, I think the fan base is not going to let Moyes back in.
No, no.
It's going to
This
be
is
a bit of like us and them,
yeah.
and so I think in that sense they should just get rid of it.
Well, this is what I was going to say to you. Like, I mean, and to be fair to us, what we were saying last week is that as long as the results are there, we want more. We want Moyes to stay. But we haven't won in 8 games now, so the results aren't really there. So you have to start thinking
This
about
year, have we?
No, well, no, we haven't. So, but yeah, I mean,
The minute we crash out of Europe, that's when it's done.
I just think now, like you said, there's too many fans who want him out,
Yeah.
and it's sort of unrecoverable now.
It's a bit toxic when you go over there now, and it's like
Yeah,
everyone goes over there. Like when I go there, like when I was there last time, the thing before the game was, oh fuck him, he's put a negative team out, and then we beat Man United, and then at half time it was, or full time it was different. But everything he does, oh, what's he picked him for? What's he done that for?
yeah, that's what I mean. And to be
And
fair,
I
I think
saw the moan about the subs that the defenders came on and things like that against Arsenal.
oh yeah,
But
yeah,
look at our bench. We ain't got nothing on it.
no, no. I mean, a lot of people were saying that they should have put Ollie Scarlett on for his, for his Premier League debut. But when you're 6-0 down, the last thing if you want to concede, not Ollie's a bad player or anything, but you know, you don't want to risk conceding even more. Like,
Also getting
never
killed and
do
getting booed off on your debut and all that.
exactly. It's not.
Like, I think he was right not to do that because it's. So here we go then. So I've got a little question here. Talking to Gary O'Neill earlier, like talking of like underrated players. Gary O'Neill probably comes into that
Yeah, he
category.
probably does, doesn't he? Yeah,
Who's an unsung hero at West Ham?
unsung hero. See, I always get these sort of questions confused with like cult heroes who are like,
No, not. Listen, we know a
nah,
Tevez.
just underrated. Underrated.
Yeah,
Let me think. I don't know. Was Monks, John Moncur, was he an underrated player? Do you think? Or I think he was
because
held
he
in
was
quite.
for his antics at the end, wasn't he? Like getting a yellow card and like
Yeah,
that was the very end of his career at West
yeah,
Ham. Remember, he used to be on the bench. He'd like to pull people's shorts down and all that, didn't he? He was quite funny, wasn't he, Monks?
yeah.
He,
Mad, good
he,
lad.
yeah, I think Monks was a very good player.
Well, this is what I mean. I don't think people realise how good a player he was. He was a top
Oh,
player.
he loved the Cruyff turn, didn't he?
Yeah,
Loved
yeah.
it's. Do you know I've got one as well? Hayden Mullins.
Yeah. No,
People used to really slag Hayden Mullins off at West Ham, but he was a good player.
did he always? I can't think. Did he always play in that midfield position? Did he play centre half?
I've got a feeling he played centre half at some point for us as well.
Yeah, because I think I've got a feeling he won. I can't remember, but I've got in my head. I've got him playing. He was a centre half. We played fullback or whatever defence, and then he moved into midfield, and he was like a revelation in whole like that holding midfield position. He was brilliant for us, wasn't he? In that position.
Yeah, no, I think my favourite player over the last few years, Craig Dawson.
I mean, Dawes is Ballon d'Or.
No, it still makes me sad every time I see him playing the Wolves. I literally loved Craig Dawson.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
and I was one of the people that was very upset that we signed him. It's like it was just like, why we signed him? But he was phenomenal for us.
he's everything you want in a defender, isn't he?
Oh, he's just brilliant, wasn't he? Like, but he had some good ones over there. I'm trying to think of some more. The reason was I was listening to West Ham podcast yesterday. I had Freddie Canute on there, and he was a very good striker for us. He also went on. Do you know what he was saying on there? He was on there with Ginger Anton, and he was saying he'd never ever really played up front until just before he came West Ham.
Sounds about right.
Fielder and a winger and things like that. And he said, so at West Ham, I was really just still learning how to be a striker.
That's what he said.
Yeah. He was quite funny. And then then he went to Spurs.
He went to Spurs, yeah.
Did he go to Spurs from us?
Yeah. It's, I think when we got relegated, wasn't it?
Yeah. He went.
Yeah.
I can't really, you know what? I look at some players and I can't remember some players as well. Like, do you know what I saw the other day? And I cannot remember. I said the other day, Samir Nasri playing for West Ham.
Yeah.
I could not remember him at all playing for West Ham.
Yeah.
Even when I put him in the club, I can't. You came out with the thing, he set up Deck's first goal, didn't
he? Yeah, against Arsenal, that was, yeah.
That's
probably the only reason why I remember him, to be honest. But I saw
hero, Alex Song.
Ooh, so he had that. Was it a full season or a half season where he
was
first
spell, wasn't it?
Yeah, where he was unbelievable. Was that with? I was going to say, was that with? No, was that the same team as Payet? It wasn't. Was it? It was before Payet, or was it the same team?
I think
he was unbelievable for that first 6 months. I think it was.
Yeah, and then did he wear glasses on the pitch?
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know why I think that, but he was really, really good for West Ham, wasn't
he? Yeah,
you would never remember him. I'm going to just Google him just to see.
Reminds me a lot of like Partey.
Yeah, he did wear some. He did wear some little specs.
Did he? He did. Good memory.
Yeah, he went. So that was the Payet year.
Okay.
That was his second season. His first one was that Alpari kit.
I think it was the first. It was the first season where he was unbelievable. Second season, I don't think
What's
he
the
was quite.
first season? I
Yeah,
think the
yeah, yeah.
second one he didn't really play. I think he was.
No.
Did we take him on loan and then take him? Did we take him on loan from Barcelona?
Yes, yeah, we did.
And
Yeah,
then we bought him, or he came
yeah,
on a free transfer or something. I can't really
yeah.
remember.
Can't
And then he
remember.
was only with us another sort of year, wasn't he? Like, and
Yeah,
that was,
he weren't the same. I think he had a couple of niggly injuries and stuff like that. He just weren't the same after that first 6 months.
he was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, unbelievable, unbelievable. He
Yeah,
was.
you wouldn't remember him really, would you?
No, no, you wouldn't.
Another great, I saw the other day, but I think had a lot of injuries. Paul Kitson,
Yeah, yeah,
overshadowed by Hartson.
Watson, but probably at the
Great
time.
finisher.
Yeah, they complemented each other so well, didn't they?
Yeah. I saw it. It was, I think he comes back from injury and scored. I think he scored a hat trick against Charlton, Paul Kitson,
Did he?
and away. But I always remember him. I loved it when he played.
Yeah,
But
quick.
it was just, I think he had quite bad injuries at West Ham.
Yeah,
Another one that I don't remember him, Danny Williams.
Danny Williamson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Then a
great.
midfielder that went to Everton with Bilic, I think.
Oh, I think there was a Bilic deal, but he was superb. Really good player, Danny Williamson. I don't think he was with us that long, was he?
Can
Come
only
through the
remember him for a season or two, I think.
come through the academy.
Local guy, yeah. And then
Yeah.
I remember he scored a goal against Newcastle where he ran it
Yes.
from his own half.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
think we beat Newcastle 3-0 at home, and he ran it from his own half.
Yeah.
And then he
He
went
was.
to Everton and had one season and finished, wasn't he? He'd
Yeah.
done his or something, and that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That was it.
He was a good player, he was.
Yeah. It's same with uh, Jack Collison. He was looking as though he was going to be such a good player, and then he got his injuries, and it's just what didn't happen for him. But when he broke out into the team at first, I was thinking, well, we've got another superstar here, another like Carrick sort of thing.
And he did play for a long time as well, didn't he, for us? But did he finish at West Ham, or did he go move on?
I can't remember actually. I can't picture him playing for anyone else, but he must have.
Because I think he finished early though, didn't he?
Yeah, I know he went over to America,
One
but I
that
don't
was
know.
a good player I thought with us at that academy was Zavon Hines.
Oh, yeah. Just shows you, doesn't it?
He was good, wasn't
he? Yeah, like he was electric, and I had big high hopes for him as well.
The other one, the winger.
Not the one.
Same sort of time. Carl Reed, that was the other one.
Yeah,
They were both at the academy at the same sort of time, weren't they?
It's Stanislas as well.
Yes. Who went on to have a good career, actually, Stanislas.
Yeah.
We let all them go, and they actually, because Zavon Hines played the career as well, didn't he? He went through. Did he go to beginning with Bradford?
Yeah, great memory that is. I never would have got that. He did, yeah, he did go Bradford.
That is a good memory. I think, I thought that. Well, I think we're about to wrap up here. We have got Forest at the weekend. Are we home or away?
We're away. I'm actually going on Saturday.
It's a lovely people, Forest fans. That's what I would say. We went last week. We lost to Lingard, didn't we?
Oh yeah, Rice missed a penalty.
Yeah.
That man Rice again.
And that guy chucked a beer over Davey. Do you remember? When we scored, it got disallowed, didn't we? And he threw a beer straight at Davey, and Davey was like, "What are you doing?" And the guy was like a 60-year-old man going, "Well, just scored, mate. Just score." As if, and Davey went,
"That's what you do
with your old woman." Like, and he was like, "Well, we just scored, mate. Just scored." And he's like, fucking idiot. Like, but the guy could not understand in his head that throwing a full pint in someone's face, it was the only acceptable measure to do that.
That is what you do when you score.
Yeah, it was like, he soaked him. It was boiling in there, wasn't it? Do you remember? It was like they were above us, and they started dropping beer on our heads, didn't they? The Forest fan. But I've got to say, there were one I think that was the only away game I've been to where you see the home and the away fans mixed together. And it was possible to have any form of argument with them because they were just genuinely nice people.
They were, yeah.
And
It's a nice.
you behaved really nicely with them as well. It was
it's a decent away day, isn't it?
good fans, actually.
Yeah, they make a lot of noise as well.
Yeah, quite loud fans. Yeah. We got them on their first ever game back in the Premiership.
Oh yes, yeah. So it was especially loud then, wasn't it?
Actually, there's a striker. What
Onye, was it? I don't even know. Yeah. Onye? Is it a Onye?
Go Boo. I don't know what his name. Oh, and
I think it's a Onye.
You know what is funny? Because I remember saying it in that game.
I can remember having this conversation with you.
He's the biggest donkey that I've ever seen. Yeah.
And I remember saying to you,
and the ball come off his knee to go in, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I've got to say, I'm looking at it as a Moyes team now. He looks to me like a direct replacement for Antonio.
Yeah, he's
quick.
He's improved a lot.
Yeah, and did he come from Liverpool? Did he go?
Yes, back in the day, he was like, I don't know if he come through Liverpool's like academy or anything like that, but he was with Liverpool, and then he went over, I think, to play in Germany. I think.
Oh, really? Well, I thought, and I'm looking at a level of play. Obviously, like, would I like us to go sign Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney? Yeah, obviously. But if our style of play, he looks to me like he would fit perfectly. I'm not saying he's the answer because an amazing player, but
I think you're right. And really, when you think of, like, even now, remember when we was looking at Tammy Abraham back in the day? Not that I think he's the answer either, but to suit our style of play, Tammy Abraham.
That's it. The answer is, if you've got Moyes, because that's why they need to get the manager sorted. If they're going to bring a manager in that wants to play football, and you haven't got that team, or he wants to go direct or whatever, you got to build. You got this way. You can't just keep chopping and changing your styles and philosophies. Yeah, exactly. Because the other thing, and that I'm worried about next year, we've got a lot of players that need to go, and we've got financial fair play. None of them players raise any money, as did Kera, Ben Rama, or Fornals, like tiny.
Yeah.
So who's going? And it's one of the front three, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
without a doubt, one of them three is getting sold this summer.
Yeah. It's going to be Paquetá, I'd imagine. No,
City will be such a bad move for him.
Do you?
I don't think he's disciplined enough, but
yeah,
I don't think he'll play. I think he'll go and waste his career there. I really do. Yeah, I think he's got the ability, but I don't think he's got the discipline or. I think that's what makes him great, being at a club like West Ham.
Yeah,
make him. I just don't think he plays. Who does he play in front of? KDB. Best midfielder that's ever lived. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, he's ridiculous.
Then you got Foden. Then you got Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Who does it? You wouldn't play him in front of any of them three. So that Doku, I think, is amazing.
Yeah, he looks another good sign. But that's what I mean. There are players out there. You just need a good scout. Yeah. Yeah.
Armour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Transfer he's turned out to be.
Unbelievable.
And that's where you look, and I just see Brighton's pipped us with that guy, the winger.
Yeah, the Ghanaian lad.
Came from the same academy as Kudos.
They don't make too many mistakes, Brighton, either, do they?
No, but they're probably got best recruitment in the Premiership, actually.
Yeah.
So Forest away.
Forest away. I don't think Forest are very good, but I just don't think we're in a good moment. I think we could lose that. I think we might. I'm going to be optimistic again, and I think we might nick a draw. But I think they desperately need to win, and we are not playing well. So I think we're going to struggle.
What are you going at? So I am 1 point up at the moment. Just to
I can't have you beating me.
I didn't get the. So I've got them adding in here 1 point for me because I got the right result. So then we've got Forest.
Do you know what? I'm going to go. I think Forest beat us. and I'm going to go. We're struggling to score goals as well, aren't we? Might nick one from a set piece. I'm going to go 2-1 Forest.
2-1 Forest. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
Oh yeah.
I just Moyes seems to, when it's just getting, I think Solskjaer and Ten Hag have been a little bit like that as well, where it's just about to get the boot and they get a win. And all of a sudden people go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is Antonio back?
I think he's back in training. So I'd imagine he'll be on
care as well.
I don't think he's quite back in training yet.
So
but
it's so bad.
Yeah. I just think we're struggling. Sheffield, like that Sheffield United game, they're such a poor team.
Oh, terrible.
Such a poor team, and like to not be able to beat them.
And Bournemouth to beat them.
That's what I mean. And but we shouldn't have beat them. We shouldn't have beat either, really, should we? Like we weren't great in the games.
Okay, who's your team that starts? We'll wrap it up there.
Yeah. So do you keep Areola in goal?
Yes.
He is horrendous at crosses, by the way.
Horrendous.
He's
and
really
bad. But those Babs picking isn't amazing.
No, I mean
he made an amazing save from Trossard in that first half.
Yeah, that was a great. And he does do that.
They've been amazing. I was a Fab man.
Yeah.
Until this year, and I think I'm happy with the keeper. I've got.
He's not the best. He's definitely
world now, but Fab's can have his little bits as well.
Yeah, but he has conceded 9 goals in the last 2 games. No, but I'm just saying he's not the problem. I don't think he's the problem, but you do have to question it. So I think Kufau. See, this is centre half is the issue for me this week because Zuma just looks shot to bits, and I'm not a massive fan of Agerd. I think Agerd gets away with it because he's left-footed. But I think maybe Agerd.
Who else do you play?
I think maybe Agerd and Mavropanos this week. I just think there's something not right with Zuma, and he's been bad.
Right, but fuck me, them 2 donkeys in the middle. Oh God. That is a calamity waiting to happen, them 2.
Yeah, I'm not.
If them 2 started, I wouldn't fancy us winning at all.
Really? So what you go Agerd? You go Agerd, Zuma?
I think you always have to play Zuma, but that's the problem. Because I don't think he is fit. I really don't.
No.
I think the fit Zuma is different.
I mean, he's club captain as well, so like, I guess he's got to start. But
we've got the same back line, and then midfield, you go Alvarez.
I think this week I'm taking out Thomas Souček. I think he's just an absolute passenger. As great stuff he does, like defensively from set pieces. I think we need more in midfield now. We need to control the game a little bit more. So not that. I'd put Calvin Phillips in this week. I think he needs to start. He needs to play.
He's got to change something up.
Yeah.
Look, I think we all give that Calvin Phillips. He just hasn't played. He's a player. And actually, I think it's been quite nice. West Ham fans hasn't got onto his back really, actually, for having 2 shockers. They haven't really. No one seems bothered about that signing at the minute, do they? I think it looks like at this moment we're never going to see him again next year because we probably won't buy him.
It's too much money as well. Like he's going to have to play exceptionally well for us to want to sign him at the end of this for that money. For that money,
strike. So you look at do we need it? Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, he's had a few uneventful games, shall we say. He's not really done much. He always works hard, Ward-Prowse, but he's not been very influential in the games at all. And even his set pieces haven't been great either, to be honest. So, but I like him. I think he's tidy. He's a tidy player. He works his nuts off in there. And I'll definitely keep him in there.
You'd have Ward-Prowse, Alvarez and Phillips.
Yeah. And then
creativity in there, is there?
What's that?
Much creativity.
No, but I think.
Then who do you put in there?
Phillips is a much better passer than Souček is. Do you know what I mean? So I think you get a little bit more creativity than Souček's going to give you.
And then up
The
top,
problem's out wide on the left. Who do we play out there? That's
it's
the issue.
Kudos, isn't it? No.
On the left. So he plays on the right, doesn't he?
Right, doesn't he? Like I was saying, just put him out there. So you play
And
Bowen up, Kudos, and then who plays on the left?
That's what I mean. Do you go with Cornet? He hasn't been good, but
I'd give him a go this week, maybe.
I think I would. I think I'll give him a go.
To be honest with you, he scored a goal for us and then was never seen again. Same with him. Would I start Ings this week and put Bowen up back on the right?
Yeah, maybe you could do that. I mean, it'd mean.
You know what I like with? Do you know what I wouldn't be against? Starting the team that finished Sheffield United with Ings in that deeper position and Johnson in that midfield.
I mean,
I can't even believe the words just come out of my mouth. You know what I'm thinking? Because I'm thinking that we need such a change. Just go.
No, and I agree. Something's got to be done. And like he done well when he come on, Ben Johnson. So
he was really good in midfield. So I'm kind of looking and going, would I give him a go in midfield? Because I look and go, Phillips, Ward-Prowse, it's not really anything new, is it? But then again, it's another defender in midfield. So it's like, I think you play Kudos in that middle bit, Cornet. You can play Kudos as a 10, Ings, or Ings as a 10.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was like coming from behind a little bit. Against Sheffield United, I thought Ings his best game for West Ham.
Well, exactly. I totally agree. And if that's the position where we're going to get the best out of him, we've got to play him there, I feel.
Yeah. Well, we are there. Let's
us.
Optimistic. I'm Mr. Optimistic this week. I'm even not going to go golf on Sunday because I'm going to watch it because
Oh man.
I don't know
Steady.
why, but it's 7 a.m. here, so it's
what time?
7 a.m., which is a good one. Usually they're 6, so are we 3 o'clock on Saturday then?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've been a 3. 6 is usually the time I watch it. If they're the early game, it's 4:30, which is the killer game. Yeah. Although, to be fair, I'll be up for the 4:30 game, whatever it is, anyway.
Yeah.
I did it last week with Everton and City.
Well, while you're preparing for the game, I'll probably still be in Hooters.
Oh, yeah, it's Hooters, isn't it? I forgot that's where all them nice people are. Lovely people go to Hooters.
Lovely people.
Well, we will be back next week. Thank you for following. This is Mr. Moon's left the building with Sam and Addy, and we will see you next week.
Will do. Come on, you irons. Give us
Come on, you irons.